pull, 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 pull. Okay, that's C6. For C7, we're going to use the tricep muscle or elbow extension. So don't let me push your hand to your shoulder. Pull, 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 pull. Good. And same on the other side. Don't let me push your hand to your shoulder. Pull, 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 pull. Good. C8, thumb extension. Don't let me pull your thumbs down. Now remember, these are small muscle groups. You can overpower them really easily. Okay? So, meet the resistance, basically, okay? Pull, 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 pull. And remember, people who are one side dominant, there may be a difference that way as well, but it shouldn't fatigue. Excuse me, it should be generally the same decrease in strength the whole time, okay? Fingers abducted, okay, and this one will be T1. Don't let me pull your fingers together. Pull, 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 pull. Okay, so no myotone weakness there. That's good. Then we want to also test the dermatomes. Dermatomes are the representative areas of, for example, the upper extremity, which will tell us if there's problems with the sensory nerve root coming from the neck, okay? So if there's some impingement on it or something like that. So people may come in explaining that they have pain that's radiating down their arm through this area, okay? If it's the back of the arm, generally we call that C7, all right? So when we look at this, we see the C3 comes around here, C4 kind of a little bit more here, C5 is more towards the front of the arm, okay? So we take her into this position, C5. C6 will come down more along the side, okay? C7 comes down more on the back of the arm and into the forefinger. And C8 comes down more down into the little finger area, and T1 comes in through here. So what I usually do is take a Kleenex and then I can compare sides, okay? Does this feel the same as this? And you want to do each dermatome, okay? Or a portion of each dermatome, so you can do it a little bit more distally, you can do it more proximally, okay? So you can just compare the two sides. Does it feel equal on both sides? So they may feel pins and needles, they may feel a little bit numbness, like less sensation to them, okay? The vertebral artery test is a test to make sure that the vertebral artery is open on both sides, that it's not been damaged. This is a test that you have to use with caution, because if the person comes in and they're already complaining of dizziness or nausea or vertigo or ringing in their ears and stuff, you shouldn't necessarily do this test. If those signs and symptoms come and go and they don't actually have them at the time, you can do this test, okay? But don't do it if they have them at the time. If at any point in time during the test they start to have those symptoms reproduce, stop the test. Make sure that they lie down, okay, rest for a bit, and they should seek medical care sooner than later, basically, okay? So I would like to call it an emergency, but it's not necessarily an emergency, but I want them to go to a medical facility and make sure that they get that checked out, because if you have compromise of the vertebral artery, it can cause stroke, okay? It can cause spinal cord problems, so it's really important to make sure that that gets checked out. So with the vertebral artery test, what we're going to do is take them back into extension and then rotation to the side. And we're going to hold them there. And we're going to look for any reproduction of symptoms. Now the other thing you can do, if you do it from the front, you can look to see if there's any recreation of nystagmus in their eyes. So I can do it from the front, extension, rotation, have the eyes open. Beautiful eyes. Hold them there, and her eyes are not starting to shift, which is a good thing, okay? And then you want to do that to the other side as well, okay? So extension and rotation, so that you're now compressing one side and stretching the opposite side of the vertebral arteries. Okay, the Babinski test. You slip your boot off. This is a test for upper motor neuron lesions, so anything kind of from the brain, brainstem type of area, so not peripheral or not coming down through those nerve roots. Scoot back so that your legs a little straighter. And normally I do this with very or her sock off, because you need to do it bare feet in order to get the, okay. So what we're looking for is a reflex that is normally there, okay? So positive is if it's not there. So what you do is you bring your a pen or a reflex hammer, or I just can use my thumb sometimes, and see if we can get a bend. She's doing it a little bit. She's not a really strong reflex, but she's got a little bit of that toe movement that I can see. Okay, so what would happen is if she had toes that went curled down, that's a negative, or that's a positive test, which means that the reflex is not normal. Okay, what we're looking for is the toes kind of do that. Some people will be stronger than others, and they'll go woo. Okay, that's normal. Okay. Scoot forward on the bed. The slump test is a test for mobility of the nerves and the dura. We think of the nerves as one kind of piece of fiber all the way from the brain, all the way down through the spine, all the way down into the legs and into the arms, okay? So what we can do is put that one piece of nerve on a bit of tension to see if it recreates any of the symptoms. So we do this segmentally. First off, we take up the slack in that nervous system at the back by getting them to slouch. Okay, keep the head up for me though. What we then want to do is pull the foot up, so we take up the slack at the bottom. Then we're going to have them straighten their knee, so they take up the slack through the whole back. So this is for the sciatic nerve, okay? Takes up the whole slack through the back of the leg. Does that create any symptoms? Okay. Then we're going to ask her to tuck her head forward. And does that create any symptoms? Okay, good. So now what we're looking for as a positive, I'm going to head back up again, is it's normal to have some tension as you straighten your leg like that. A lot of people have tightness in their hamstrings. But if it's worse, as she flexes her head, then that means that there's some tension in the nerve system, okay? So we don't know exactly where it is, but there is some tension there. So what we've now done, we haven't moved her leg, so why would the tension get worse in the leg if the head is forward? All we've done is we've taken up the slack through the nervous system. We haven't done anything else really through the leg, okay? So that's the slump test. And really what we're looking at there is nerve mobility. So that could tell us that the sciatic nerve is down somewhere. Maybe it's at the spine, maybe it's at the buttock area, maybe it's in the leg. Okay,
Is it always the sciatic nerve test?
That test is for the sciatic nerve, yeah. And what the sciatic nerve comes down lower, which is the tibial nerve and the muscle nerve and all that kind of stuff.
What if they feel it in the back and not in the leg?
They feel it in the back, depends what point they feel it, okay? So if they slouch, that's why you do the slouch first, head up. You do the slouch first, you're mechanically moving the back, right? So it could be just the joints of the back that are the problem. Now, if you straighten your leg and that creates more back pain, my guess is that there's probably something nerve-related there because we haven't moved the back now. Right. All we've done is put a stretch on the structures coming from there. Okay. That's all of them.
Thank you.
Thank you.